Hello, ma'am. Welcome to our episode 3 of the Legal Awareness Podcast.
Thank you so much.
This episode of ours will be based on women's safety, support system, and legal. So, basically, to start formally, what are the support systems are present for a woman to seek safety and protection in general?
Okay. So there are multi-layered ways where a woman can seek protection. And the first starting with the police, second courts. We definitely have protection officer. Then going to emotional areas where she can seek the help is that is she has counseling, she has NGOs that helps for emotional supports. Also there are shelters. So all these things are multi-layered and they are like she can go for help. So it's not like she's alone to face the violence. They're at institutional level, say at any other levels also. Help is always available to women where she can seek. It's there to support them. Assistance can be given. Even like we talked about the women commissions. So commissions are also made in the state and the national level where she can go ask assistance. They can be there to direct her according to the circumstances of what is happening with her, whether she needs to go to the court or whether she needs to seek a shelter or say she needs a counseling protection officer, what she needs. Depending upon that, they can give her the assistance.
So, apart from the state protection mechanisms such as the courts, police officers, or the protection officers, can you explain in detail how do these NGOs, counselors, and women commissions, how do they help these survivors rebuild their life with dignity?
Okay, first of all, the very work of the NGOs, or we talk about the commissions, they are set up to have like a confidential, they are listeners. They need to listen to whatever is happening to them. And like I said, accordingly they will decide whether the woman needs to seek for a legal help, whether she needs to go for any kind of other help. For example, whether she needs medical assistance, whether she needs shelter, whether she needs rehabilitation supports, and also like either it is like whether she needs a therapy to see a psychiatrist. So these NGOs are basically there to help them. Sometimes what we might understand as a say an abuse or a violence might not be something which I need to get out of a wedlock, which I need to say take a therapy for myself and get back with my life. So those all are also an aspect where the NGOs and these commissions help in assisting the women and rebuild their life so that they can be in a wedlock or they don't want to be in a wedlock. It depends on the situation again.
So, many women, especially the laymen, and we can consider uneducated women, the rural background women. So they feel the cost of the courts is very much expensive. So most of the women they fear from approaching the protection mechanisms and safety mechanisms. So how does the free legal aid or the justice mechanisms protect them? And why is it necessary that they have to be specifically be given to the women as it is provided under the law?
So before, like I explained you, it's very necessary that women mostly they don't even know the laws that is for them. And they need to be recognized. And this is the duty of the state, first of all. Whenever they implement, there are so many policies, there are so many laws, there are so many things. Legal aid is also given. But the thing is, women don't know about them. and there need to be an initiative by the state at all levels, especially rurals, where they need to know that there is a free legal aid. That's when they can come out of their own space, and that's where they can actually, like say they can tell those other people who can give them assistance. And after that, definitely there is step by step rules and regulation how they want to go. But free legal aid is also something which needs to be known to the women, first of all, that there is no cost involved, so that they'll be they'll be okay with the fact that if I go ahead with something, it's not like I'll be say pressurized to give money monetarily. There is no such thing. I'll be supported, and my whatever problem I am having, that will be answered in the court of law.
Person who does not have any legal knowledge, how can a woman approach the legal services authority, and what realistic support can she expect from such authorities?
Like I said, there has to be some programs set up. Like, if I can explain with an example, earlier to eradicate polio, there was polio camps taken initiative by the state and gone to each and every small village. So there has to be a program like with the district legal services authority or national legal services authority. All these have to take an initiative at the district level, at the village level, or say at the national level also. There should be camps set up where they will know about their rights, that they can actually practice their rights. So these are the things that initiative a state or center has to take in order so that these rights that they have, the provisions that they have, will be known to the women.
From the perspective of prevention of any sort of abuse or violence against the women, we have come across many laws such as the cyber protection laws or the prevention of sexual harassment in workplaces. So how does such laws help in the prevention of the violence that is happening against the women, and how effective have they been in preventing all such activities which is being done? Because most of such laws are only in order to punish the acts which have already been committed. Are there any deterring effects of such punishments, or does the law provide such effect to those provisions?
So like you asked about the workplace harassment. So we have this law. We definitely have a law which talks about the punishment. But how we implement those laws is, in any organization there is a committee called POSH. So that is an internal committee that is working, and definitely who is the managing director or maybe the very authority who is the head of the institution is never a member of that committee. Because if he is a member of the committee and he is only acting or she is acting as an abuser, then this cannot work. So this internal committee, what they do is they work against the complaints if any women is facing at workplace. Likewise, if we go to cyber laws definitely we have, but we need an amendment, because stalking is not happening in person, stalking is happening online. Morphing again is happening online. So all these things also needs to be regulated. If certain thing like this is coming, we definitely need to see where it's coming from, what it's been doing, and also there should not be a bar of country which actually limits the person to not act on whatever. Say a picture can be taken from a girl in India who's doing some photography. a picture has been morphed by someone whose IP address is showing in Dubai. So law should be such thing, if a person is found there with the IP address there, he should be persecuted there. Anywhere. So IT Act needs to evolve. We definitely have workplace harassment committees. Act has been implemented with the committees. They are working effectively. So far, there has been reports. People have been changed. People have been removed. Even the directors have been removed for the sexual harassment. But for cyber stalking, we need to enhance our laws.
While considering the support system, most of the time the victim compensation is overlooked. So, how effective have these victim compensation schemes or the policies which are being brought up? How effective have they been in helping the women to recover and rebuild their lives?
Truly, compensation and rehabilitation center has actually been effective to women. How? Because women goes through a mental trauma, and that trauma needs to be addressed. And how will we address those traumas? The question comes, definitely it has to be monetary, but how? She needs to go to psychiatrist, because some traumas, for example, a rape victim, it's not just the medical things that will compensate everything. Maybe the scar tomorrow will fade, but what about the impact that it makes in your mental life? That needs to be. So the medical expenses should not be only that. It should be the counseling expenses also. So compensation with that actually helps a person to rebuild their dignity again, especially in concern with people who have been subjected to too much of violence. Also, their education, livelihood, children's education, it affects them. And coming to the rehabilitation aspect, if those kinds of traumas led to a drug abuse, or say a person who was involved in drugs, just to get over it. So these rehabilitation centers also help them to get proper, say, recognition in the society. They can come back again without having those drug abuse in their life.
In real world situations, if a woman feels unsafe or she feels threatened, what steps can she immediately take in order to seek protection and help from the authorities?
Okay. Before moving to the authority, first and foremost thing, she needs to reach out to a family or friend, whoever she trusts the most. Second thing, go to a safer place. Okay. Third thing, start preserving the evidences. The first thing is that if you're getting abused, say somebody is stalking you, first thing first, we live in an era where we can actually video record it. Third thing, seek medical help, seek police protection, go to the women helpline number at once. This is the first thing, step by step she can do. And later on, just ask for witnesses who was there to, give a justification to whatever she's telling.
Finally, what message do you like to give to our viewers, to our listeners, regarding the helping out to the victims, regarding to the victims to reach out and to break the cycle of violence and abuse, and to seek protection and safety from the society at large?
So, earlier there was a saying that silence protects violence and speaking up disrupts it. Okay, but we live in an era where I would say that no woman is obligated to endure harm and prison. Okay, she needs to speak up because there is so much of assistance given by it's provided to the woman. So she need not be silent anymore. She should speak it up to us where her dignity is being compromised, and believe, stand for whatever is right, and yeah, I think once the women start standing up for their right, half of the justice is done there. So this is what I would like to conclude it with.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining to our podcast.
Thank you so much.